They're not very good.
Tony, I hear you on all of that, and it's persuasive, except for the part that this is the middle of July. There's too much season to go. The Astros can be as hot in no time as the Red Sox. They just can be. Now, I know you have to gauge the market not for the long run for October 1st, but August 3rd. So we only got, 2 weeks before that comes up. I hear you on that. But Alvarez, Tony, he's too good for me to give up if I'm the Astros and I'm in that jumble. By the way, they're only 3 games out of first place in their division. They trailed the Rangers by 3.
I know.
So they don't have to be concerned with the Yankees and Tampa.
Doable.
It's very
doable. It's doable, but they could go the other way, too.
Could.
I mean, they could get hot or get very, very
cold. They can slide right out of it.
Alvarez is having a great year. It is not quite as good as Aaron Judge's year last year, but it is certainly comparable. And Triple Crowns, as you're fond of saying that we're in July, they're not won or lost in July. They're won and lost in September. And it's not a one-man sport because, Mike, if it was a one-man game, right, Ernie Banks would have had a lot of rings. It's not a one-man game. Let's move to football. Gosh, that sounds good. The Arizona Cardinals and Carolina Panthers open their training camps today. Oof, that sounds even better. Albert Breer of Sports Illustrated reports that Patrick Mahomes is expected to be fully cleared to play this week for the Kansas City Chiefs after tearing his ACL and LCL in Week 15 last year. Wilbon, should we have the same expectations for Mahomes this year as we have had every other year?
No, because Mahomes is 7 months removed from coming back from a torn-up knee. It's amazing he's even out there for camp like this, Tony. I'm like, okay, just can somebody slow the roll here? The rush to get Patrick Mahomes back? We're not talking about a guy who was on the way up and let's see, or his window is closed and we got to rush him back. No, stop it. Now, I think that Kansas City is going to be a team that probably doesn't even make the playoffs. But Eric Bieniemy is back as coordinator, and that means something because they got Kenneth Walker, a Super Bowl running back with Seattle a minute and a half ago, to put into that offense. And now it doesn't have to be all Patrick Mahomes. The Chiefs have been terrible rushing the ball. They were like 25th last year, 22nd or 23rd the year before. They got, let me say it again, Eric Bieniemy. This is an important reacquisition because they don't have Matt Nagy running the offense into the ground like a few of us suspect he had. So the notion that you got to have 15 back in the lineup in July, this seems insane to me. And you got Justin Fields, who can be more than a capable backup until you get 15 back in there.
Now, we're going to differ a little bit on this. I love this story because Patrick Mahomes is the best football player on the planet. There is a survey that says that Josh Allen is a better quarterback than Patrick Mahomes, but that survey was not taken in my house. I guarantee you that. So I want to get soccer out of here. I want to get Summer League out of here. I want to concentrate on the big kahuna, which is football. I'm not a doctor. Well, that's not fair. I am a doctor, but not that kind of doctor. So I don't know Mahomes' physical condition, but I can't imagine doctors would let him out on the field unless they felt he was okay. So I think we can have the same expectations. Let's look around at the AFC. Let's look at Baltimore. Let's look at Denver. Let's look at New England. Let's look at Buffalo. Let's look and who else has made the playoffs. Yeah, Cincinnati, right. Some of these teams made the playoffs last year. The Chiefs did not. The Chiefs were 6-11. The story in Kansas City last year was Taylor Swift. It was not Patrick Mahomes. So one of the things looking forward to the season is this. Can Patrick Mahomes at 100%, if he can get to 100%, can he revive the greatness of Kansas City, or are they possibly over the hill like, say, the Golden State Warriors are now? That's what we need to find out.
I'm not willing to think they're over the hill yet. I'm not going to propose that. But they had a pause. They had a pit stop to get a new tire or two on Patrick Mahomes. So let's see. Jason Tatum, even though he came back, and I know Achilles and knee are not the same, but we're talking about leg injuries, he looked like he was going to be terrific again until he wasn't quite there. Can we pump the brakes a little bit on Patrick Mahomes? Can we get to, I don't know, Columbus Day, if such a thing still exists?
Yeah.
And let's see what happens. Kenneth Walker is the main addition there, and Eric Bieniemy. And so I'm painting, Tony, slightly blue skies for the Kansas City Chiefs for those reasons, but let's not make Mahomes do too much too soon.
So happy to talk about football. Been a long time. Let's take a break. Coming up, what was up with the Heat posting and then removing a link to an introductory press conference with LeBron?
And the MLS is back on tonight. There's a bigger story that Lionel Messi ain't playing or that Robert Lewandowski is. And by the way, what do you now? You get up in First Take? You can only talk about football? Is that the deal?
No. Oh, no. Only. We haven't talked about it in months. We've had to talk about other things for months. Football is the big kahuna, baby. Even outrates the World Cup. You could look that up.
No, it doesn't outrate the World Cup in my household. No,
yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
Your household.
It gets a fraction. Yeah, Let's be honest.
I'll call
it
AC
gets
Nielsen.
a fraction.
I'll say, get Wilbot out of here.
Shows you weren't a math major either. I know that.
Domino's best deal ever now includes stuffed crust. What do you think of that, Fernando?
Goal! Domino's.
250 reasons to choose T-Mobile. Here's a good one. America's fastest 5G network. To demonstrate speed, here's someone on a bike. And the fastest 5G home internet. Just look at this woman streaming instead of sleeping. There's lots more reasons to go. Find yours at T-Mobile.
Fairlife Ultra Filtered Milk brings more goodness to every sip. With 50% more protein, 50% less sugar, and creaminess that makes smoothies even smoothier. Fairlife.
Moana movie meal deals.
Thank you.
You're welcome. What can I say except you're welcome?
Happens every time.
Get a $15 Fandango promo code and a collectible cup when you upgrade any meal at Subway for $1 more. Disney's Moana, now playing only in theaters, rated PG.
Great news. I'm prescribing you Icotide, a new kind of treatment for moderate to severe plaque psoriasis.
Just one pill, once a day.
You're unbelievable.
Whoa, that's unbelievable.
Unbelievable, right?
I meant...
The results? Icotide provides powerful skin clearance, and I've seen my patients achieve completely clear skin. It also has a proven safety profile, with Icotide patients reporting side effects at rates similar to placebo.
Do you see the...
Oh, patient brochures. Do you want one?
Increased risk of infections or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor may check you for infections, TB, if you need a vaccine, or have kidney problems. Icotide. Ask your doctor if it's right for you.
You're unbelievable.
Season 2 of Athletes Unlimited Softball League loading. 6 teams take the field in their home markets, each stacked with a lineup worthy of the spotlight. The AUSL Championship Play-In, Thursday at 9 on ESPN.
When you need longer-lasting body pain relief, try Aleve. Just one dose of Aleve provides pain relief for up to 12 hours from all types of body pain. Aleve, longer-lasting body pain relief.
And this is from the woman over there.
You just earned 5% cash back on that. Also, if I start a conga line, will you join?
Earn 5% cash back at different categories each quarter on up to $1,500 in purchases when you activate.
Kraft Mac and Cheese Power Mac. Powered by protein, packed with fiber.
Get 'em up, get 'em up.
The best thing ever keeps getting better.
You're done mopping, and you might think your floors are clean.
But not from where we're standing.
Try the new Swiffer Power Mop. For a deeper clean you can see and feel.
Wow, you really stepped up your clean.
New micro scrubbers clean 5 times deeper than spin mops, even in grout lines. Keeping more dirt and grime off your socks and hard-to-reach places, so stuff stays trapped here.
And not down here.
Ooh, I feel this clean in my soul.
Try the new Swiffer Power Mop for a white sock clean.
On August 1st and 2nd, SummerSlam comes to the ESPN app with an ESPN Unlimited plan. Yeah. And for even more action, bundle ESPN with Disney Plus and Hulu. Watch SummerSlam when you bundle Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN Unlimited.
It's It's time for Toss Up. 2 men enter, 1 man leaves, finishes the show, then putters around the house with existential dread for nearly 4 days before working again on Monday. What's first?
Toss Up, the Heat temporarily posting a link to a LeBron introductory press conference. Something or nothing?
So I think this is nothing unless LeBron was on the fence about Miami and this pushed him off the fence in some way. I think this whole thing has become tedious, Mike. I'm one of the people who thinks that LeBron knows now and has known for weeks where he's going to go, and he's just looking to announce it for an advantageous moment for him, as he did, with the decision in Miami. I mean, that's what, look, when it's announced, it's going to be the biggest story in sports that day and probably for 1 or 2 days after that. Unless you're on First Take, when it will be the biggest story for 30 days, unless Dak Prescott signs another contract. I don't know how these things get posted. I don't. I'm sure people are angry in the Miami Heat organization and embarrassed in the Miami Heat organization. And if he doesn't go there, the guy who did this is going to take the fall and be the scapegoat.
You're right on all those. I don't think LeBron necessarily knows where he's going. I'll disagree with you there, but that's yesterday or for another day. I think that there are times in your life where you don't know what you want to do. I've been in one of them or 2 of them in my life. Look, here's the deal. There's one line on this, and then we can move on early to the next topic. Pat Riley is not telling the damn social media team what LeBron is saying. That's it. That's all, boys and girls. So get rid of this story forever and a day going forward. That's not happening. Pat Riley, let me have the social media team on line 3. Don't be a fool. That's not happening.
Yeah.
We agree.
So how do these things get out there? How do these things get out there? How?
When you have a social media world that is obsessed with analytics, it kills all the brain cells that should say to an editor or a producer, this ain't a story, Holmes. That ain't happening. So stop. But this is a world in which it's like either analytics or I can't think. I don't know. Maybe this is a story.
I don't know. I mean, I know, again, when it happens, First Take's got it for 30 days. What's next?
Toss Up, bigger news about tonight's Chicago Fire Inter Miami game. That Robert Lewandowski is playing or that Lionel Messi is not?
Well, no, it's not Messi, because Messi said all along that when he was done with the World Cup, he was going to take some time off. It is being referred to, quote, a mandatory recovery hiatus, whatever that is. He's going to miss the All-Star game of the MLS. He'll miss a couple of games. But don't worry, kids, the pink shirt is still going to sell. He's going to go back to Miami because he makes too much money in Miami not to. So the news is Lewandowski, and I hope I pronounced that correct. He is Polish. He is a big-time goal scorer. In all the better leagues in Europe, he has been nothing but a goal-scoring machine. But he's 37, Mike, and this is the profile that fits every player who has come to the United States from somewhere else for the last 50 years. They're near the end or at the end. And the only person who defies this, because he defies age and he defies, diminution of skills, is Messi.
Yeah.
He's the only one.
Yeah. Tony, this is a huge deal in my hometown. Because in Chicago, there are more Polish people living in Chicago than anywhere in the world except Warsaw. This is enormous news if Lewandowski is still able to produce goals. And whether we're talking about Dortmund, Munich, or Barcelona, I mean, in Munich, he was scoring like 41 and 35 and plus 30. In Barcelona, just a couple of years ago, he had 42 goals. We're talking about the 3rd all-time scorer in Champions League history. This dude can still score goals. You're right, he's 37. We don't know whether you and I had the great fortune, and I believe you agree with me on this, of watching the great Dutchman when he was in his late 30s, Johan Cruyff in Washington in the old North American Soccer League. It's so much fun to watch those guys, even as they diminish, right?
And I need to say this so people understand. They come here, they're almost done. They're better than everybody here.
Great.
They are. They're worth it. They're even in their late, they're better than everybody
Really
here.
good.
Messi is 39, right?
Yes.
Is he 39? That's
is
it.
great too still.
Victory tastes just as sweet on ESPN2, kids, even in this stupid jacket. Let's take one last break. Still to come, the Phillies lose to the Dodgers on some bad base running.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Several shooting stars have declined invites to the WNBA's three-point contest coming up All-Star Weekend in Chicago.
Why is that? Why have they declined?
I don't get it, Tom.
I didn't know this.
I don't get it.
Yeah,
I've heard the reporting.
Isn't
but
the three-point shooting contest is usually one of the best things in any All-Star game?
Yes, we
maybe
agree.
the best thing.
2 Moana movie meal deals.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
What can I say except you're welcome?
Happens every time.
Get a $15 Fandango promo code and a collectible cup when you upgrade any meal at Subway for $1 more. Disney's Moana, now playing only in theaters. Rated PG.
For the big, for the small, the short, and the tall. Peacemakers, risk takers. For the optimists, pessimists, exhibitionists. For long distance love. For the farsighted, nearsighted. For introverts and extroverts. For the thinkers and the doers. For old friends. Coca-Cola. For everyone.
I'm Keegan-Michael Key, and Ore-Ida invented tater tots. Anyone else is just an imitator. Keegan-Cycle Key here for Mega Tots, flavorless fuel. Or you can have delicious flavor with an Ore-Ida tater tot. Give me that! Woo! Ore-Ida, there's only one original.
Home, auto, State Farm is there to assist.
Kind of a big assist guy myself.
Oh, yo!
Assist off?
Assist off.
Sequence?
Yeah. With State Farm, you can file a claim right on the app. Yeah, State Farm can help you get this covered.
Nice. Fam, did you just assist my assist? I'm not mad at that.
Yeah, and I'm not mad at that.
I'm not mad at that either.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
250 reasons to choose T-Mobile. Here's a good one. America's fastest 5G network. To demonstrate speed, here's someone on a bike. And the fastest 5G home internet. Just look at this woman streaming instead of sleeping. There's lots more reasons to go. Find yours at T-Mobile.
When you need longer-lasting body pain relief, try Aleve. Just one dose of Aleve provides pain relief for up to 12 hours from all types of body pain. Aleve, longer-lasting body pain relief.
Whoa, any pizza and any toppings for just $9.99 at Domino's? Now including Parmesan stuffed crust too?
Mm-hmm. Any size pizza, any toppings?
This is crazy. I mean, this deal makes me want to go crazy too. Next time I order, Dom.
My nose.
Modelo tastes good. With that post-double shift Modelo. That yard work's done Modelo. Or that finally off your feet Modelo. The one you earned is just better. That Modelo is the mark of a fighter.
Introducing the first ever Infiniti QX65. The world can stop, freeze, fall behind, but the Infiniti QX65 is unstoppable. Discover the first ever Infiniti QX65 at your local Infiniti retailer.
It's the first ever ESPN Jeopardy!
This is all sports, right?
Hosted by me, Joe Buck. Celebrity sports fans and ESPN's top minds go head-to-head for charity.
What is
It's a waterfall. How Goonies is this? Join me on an adventure as we search for the vanished civilization known as the Zoque.
Wow.
Oh my! Oh, those are handprints. We may be able to solve a mystery behind Mexico's mysterious Zoque.
I never seen anything like this.
What on earth?
Expedition Unknown. A new adventure starts tonight at 9 on Discovery with YouTube TV.
All right, everyone, move, move, move!
What the hell is going on?
Keith David is
Gotcha, bitch!
President Curtis. New series premieres Sunday at 11:30 on Adult Swim.
This idea of continuous reinvention, I think, is really important. It doesn't end.
It does not end.
Welcome to Reinvented with Accenture.
Happy time, people. Happy 60th birthday, Tim Brown. The wide receiver is in both the college and pro football halls of fame. Brown won the Heisman Trophy at Notre Dame in 1987, was the 6th overall pick by the Raiders. Brown played 16 seasons with the Raiders in Los Angeles and Oakland, and a final season in Tampa Bay. Brown was a Pro Bowler 9 times, led the league once each in pass receptions, kickoff return yards, and punt return yards. Brown caught 1,094 passes for 14,934 yards and 100 touchdowns. Brown was named to the NFL's All-Decade Team of the 1990s, alongside wide receivers Michael Irvin, Chris Carter, and Jerry Rice. Woo! All of whom are in the Hall of Fame.
And Tony, you don't necessarily think of him with that group, Tim Brown, but he is.
That's right.
The numbers prove it. By the way, when you see him, and I've seen him recently, he looks half his age. He looks like he's in his early 30s. It's like enough. Tim Brown.
Really?
Wow. What a life. What a career.
Yeah, you and I look twice our age. It's awful. Happy anniversary, Dream Team. On this day, 34 years ago, the United States men's Olympic basketball team, the greatest basketball team ever assembled, played a scrimmage that Michael Jordan insists was the greatest game he ever played in. The blue team had Magic Johnson, Chris Mullin, Charles Barkley, David Robinson, and Christian Laettner. The white team had Jordan, Karl Malone, Patrick Ewing, Scottie Pippen, and Larry Bird. Clyde Drexler and John Stockton sat out with injuries. Head coach Chuck Daly said, quote, "All you got now, all you got." White won 40-36 in what Sports Illustrated called the greatest game nobody ever saw. The United States team then defeated its Olympic opponents by an average of 44 points and won the gold medal over Croatia.
Tony, in addition to MJ's comments, I have talked at length, in great detail, with Magic, and Charles, and Patrick Ewing, and Scotty, and Chris Mullin about that game and the late Chuck Daly. They all said the same thing. It was one of one. It's the greatest basketball confrontation they have ever seen or participated in. And when those guys say that, I take it as gospel. I was standing outside. I didn't get a chance to see it, but just hearing them talk about it, it gives me goosebumps.
Happy trails to a potentially game-winning rally by the Phillies. Philly was down 2-1 to the Dodgers in the bottom of the ninth last night, but was threatening with runners on second and third and only one out. Brandon Marsh hit a squibber to third that landed the breaking Justin Crawford in a rundown. The Dodgers eventually tagged him out, then caught JT Realmuto trying to scamper back to second for a walk-off double play. Realmuto took responsibility after the game, saying there was no reason for him to go back to second, adding, quote, "just a bad base running play." By contrast, Dodgers manager Dave Roberts said, quote, "real fun ball game to be a part of." Yeah, sure.
Kind of a high-stakes series, Tone, that series in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Anytime I can see the Phillies, other than my boy Kyle Schwarber, blow up, I'm pretty happy.
Yeah, you hate Philadelphia.
Yeah,
Everybody knows
I
it
do.
and talks to me about it all the
Yeah.
time. Let's go to the big finish.
Let's do it.
The Basketball Hall of Fame will launch a new exhibit dedicated to Steph Curry. Is it significant?
Yes, first time in history that an active player has been so honored with a dedicated exhibit. Very cool for Steph Curry, and you know I think he's deserving of all of it. Fernando Tatis hit a home run, 474 feet last night. You got to be impressed with that.
Yes, you got to be, but he's only got 8 this year. That's all he's got. Lynx star Nafisa Collier had 24 and 10 today in a win over Seattle. Is that significant?
Her first game back, best player on the best team, and they add her. That's a great sign. Caitlin Clark, Sabrina Ionescu, Kayla McBride have all declined invites to this weekend's WNBA All-Star three-point shootout. Isn't that kind of disappointing?
Of course. They're the best shooters. Why are they doing this? Where's the commissioner on this one? Last one, the Tigers put a position player on the mound in the 7th last night. Is that too soon, Mike?
I was watching it live, Tone. Cubs were up 9-0, won 11-2. Didn't matter. Irrelevant.
We are out of time. We will try to do better the next time. In my mauve jacket, I am Tony Kornheiser.
I'm Mike Wilbon. We are off until Monday, knuckleheads. Find something else to do. Now, here's Sports Center.
Welcome to SportsCenter. Christine Williamson with you. The Red Sox keep on winning, aiming for a franchise record 16th straight win tonight. What should they do now at the trade deadline? Plus, who will be at the under center at Alabama this season? The Crimson Tide QB quandary on SportsCenter. Let's go. The Red Sox seeking a franchise-tying 15th straight win, hosting the Orioles in Game 1 of the day-night doubleheader. Boston starting fast, bottom first, bases loaded. Caleb Durbin lines it to center field for a base hit. 1 run scores, and Cedon Rafaela beats the throw home. The Red Sox are off to an early lead, up 2-0. Later in the inning, runners on first and second. Duran at the plate. Sends one into the right field corner. Wilson Contreras and Durbin both come around to score. Duran flies around the bases and reaches third for his 30th triple in the last 3 years, most in the AL. The 2-run hit gives the Red Sox an early 4-0 lead. Bottom fourth, Red Sox ahead 5-2. Rafaela up. He skies a high fly ball in a left field that makes it over the Green Monster for a solo home run, his 9th of the year. Fans at Fenway obviously very excited. Red Sox up 6-2 now. Top 9th, Red Sox lead 6-3. Chapman on for the save. Chadwick Tromp grounds it into the 6-4-3 double play. The Red Sox are 1 out away for the dub. Chapman facing Pete Alonso with a man on. Alonso grounds out to short to end the game as, of course, Fenway very excited. 6-3, the final score. The Red Sox win their 15th straight game, tying the franchise record. As the players and fans celebrate, they can set a new mark in Game 2 of the doubleheader tonight against the Orioles. So the Red Sox have now won 15 straight. That's tied, as I mentioned, with the 1946 squad for the longest win streak in franchise history. That team 80 years ago went on to win the pennant. The Red Sox will go for 16 straight tonight as they play Game 2 of their day-night double. Here is manager Chad Tracy on the win streak.
I've read some stuff. I know Ted Williams was around back then, and so I know I'm aware of the year and how long it's been, and it's cool. They've accomplished something. They've accomplished something great. So it's awesome. I think they know. Yeah, I mean, the fact that we've reached that, it's a pretty amazing accomplishment. So that being said, we got another game to play, and we got to get ready to go out there and play again.
Joining me in studio now is 2-time World Series champ David Ross, who obviously loves the Red Sox, and MLB analyst Tim Kirchin. All right, so the Sox, they extend their win streak 10. Tim, where does this put them moving forward?
Well, they're right in the middle of it now. A month ago, they were 32-46. They've since gone 20-2. They've gone from big-time sellers at the trade deadline to now big-time buyers at the deadline because they're in the playoffs at the moment. They are the third wildcard team. This is one of the most stunning turnarounds I've ever seen. And now they're going to go get somebody to help their club. I mean, they were 23rd in runs scored going into today and 28th in home runs. So Luis Arraez, who's going to move, the Giants are going to move him. He's affordable and he's a really good hitter. He makes sense for so many teams. But the Red Sox, again, they only have 95 homers going into today. They need a power bat even more than they need a guy who can get on base. Hunter Goodman's out there. We'll see if the Rockies move him. Zach Neto may be on the move. The Red Sox are going to do something because they're right in the middle of this now.
Anything for you?
Yeah, I mean, it's been impressive what the pitching staff's done for me, especially during this stretch. Coming into today under a 2 ERA for this 14-game winning streak coming in today. And 15 is absolutely ridiculous. Like you said, Tim, they were dead when we had that game in Fenway a little while back against the Yankees, and the pitching staff is what's been so consistent for them, holding opponents under 200. The slug's been 300. This pitching staff is electric, and you've got guys like Chapman and Whitlock on the back end that shortened this game. I mean, they're real contenders right now, and like you said, if they could pick up a big bat, that would be really, really helpful. All
right, second game of this doubleheader is tonight. We'll see if Boston can keep that streak alive. Let's talk about another game. The Yankees. Pirates taking on the Yankees, game 1 of a day-night doubleheader. Garrett Cole was hot early against his former team. He gets Brian Reynolds swinging as Merlin Valdez goes down swinging. Then Cole fools Nick Gonzalez. Henry Davis swings and misses. And then Cole fans Tyler Callahan. He strikes out a season-high 11 batters in 7 innings pitched. Let's go to the top of the 5th. No score. Runner on first. Jacob Gonzalez, he lines one towards the short porch and right, and it's gone. 4th of the year for him. Cole's first mistake, and the Pirates take a 2-0 lead. Now we go bottom of the 7th. Yankees down 3-0. 2 men on for Ben Rice. He clobbers the ball to deep right, and it is gone. Number 30 for Rice on the season. His 3-run blast ties the game at 3 apiece. To extras, top of the 10th. Runners on the corners for the Pirates. Jared Triolo sends one to shallow left, and Cody Bellinger cannot make that catch. The go-ahead run comes in to score. Pirates win game 1 of the doubleheader in 10 innings. That one 5-3. So the Yankees, they also have a doubleheader with Max Fried coming off the IL, his first start since May 13th. How critical is Max Fried for this Yankees team?
He's the #1 starting pitcher, and when he comes back healthy, their starting pitching can match almost any team in baseball. When you can go Garrett Cole, Max Fried, Cam Schlittler, Will Warren in your rotation, that's what they're going to need to have, because they're not getting Aaron Judge back anytime soon, which means they're not going to score as many runs as we're used to the Yankees doing. So they need Max Fried to be really good when he comes back, and he's such a polished pitcher. He's such a veteran pitcher, pitched in the postseason several times. If he's sharp, their pitching can match just about any team in baseball.
And offensively is where they've struggled a little bit since Judge has been out. You haven't seen the slug be there, but Ben Rice, big home run today, get them back in it, not able to pull it out. But Judge, Stanton, they're going to need those big boppers that we're used to seeing, but Max Fried really helps out a lot. Going to be able to throw up some zeros, one of the best in the game.
Yeah, Fried allowed 3 or more runs earned runs, in 6 of 10 starts this season. David, Tim, you guys hang out with me a little bit later.
Okay.
All right, let's go to SEC Media Days, and Ole Miss is currently in the spotlight. It's been a year of drama. Lane Kiffin's departure at the end of the season, 2 CFP wins under Pete Golding, and then the offseason legal battle over quarterback Trinidad Chambliss' eligibility. He won, and he's back under center for a season with huge expectations. He spoke earlier.
You know, the standard at Ole Miss is winning a national championship, but, you know, we can't get too ahead of ourselves. Last year is last year. That's done with. Nobody cares about what we did and what we accomplished last year. It's a new year. So now we're just, you know, looking forward to fall camp and attacking that, you know, as hard as we can. And then, you know, week 1 in Louisville.
Senior college football insider Heather Dinich is joining us now from SEC Media Day. So the offseason drama is behind them. You spoke with Chambliss and his head coach, Pete Golding, earlier today. What did you take away from those conversations?
Well, Pete Golding told me that last year Trinidad Chambliss didn't face much adversity. He had a great season. So the question this year is, how does he handle it when he throws a pick 6, when he doesn't make the right read? He wants to see if he can make it through his progressions and how he responds to that. Chambliss told me that he feels like he's mentally prepared to go through some adversity. But, you know, the funny thing is that you can't talk to Pete Golding without talking about his buddy Lane Kiffin. And the wild thing we learned today is that Pete Golding lives in Lane Kiffin's old house in Oxford. And so, you know, there's kind of some things around there that you can tell. He lives in his former coaching staff friend's house, and if he would have had his dog there, he would have tried to sell him and used it for some NIL money. The conversations were great today with Pete Golding.
Wow, the ghost of Lane Kiffin just lurking around that program. That's crazy. Now let's go to Tuscaloosa, because Alabama, which is another CFP hopeful program, is still working that out. Their quarterback, senior Austin Mack, and sophomore Keelan Russell are the leading candidates for the job. They attempted 47 passes between them last season. Here's their head coach, Kalen DeBoer, on the quarterback battle.
Austin, I think, will surprise people when he really gets out and runs, because he runs very well. Better, I think, than most people think. Keelan is very versatile that way, you know, has created with his legs, you know, as a high school football player. You can see it at times. It's hard to replicate when you're in practice and a guy's not live, and what that might lead to on the football field in a game. But both of them are more than capable. I think they're high-level elite quarterbacks. Fortunately, we have them both in our program, and it's going to be a competition that's going to lead to a tough decision.
I feel like Alabama just loves to have the quarterback decision go up to the wire. Heather, obviously a tough decision, right, for Kalen DeBoer. What else are you hearing about how this decision could be made?
Well, he told our colleague Pete Thamel that he would like to make the decision by the second scrimmage to give whoever he chooses some time to work his way into that starting role, but that one of the defining factors is going to be poise and the ability to move the ball down the field. And certainly Mac's experience in the offense sets him apart a little bit, but DeBoer also said that Keelan can do things with his feet that Austin can't. They both have quick releases and can get the ball out quickly, but one of the things that they really really need to do that DeBoer talked about is get that running game going. And if they can do that, that's going to help offset some pressure from whoever's named the starting quarterback.
All right, we'll talk with Greg McElroy a little bit later about Bama's season. I will not get over the fact that Pete Golding is living in Lane Kiffin's house. That is a great gym right there. Heather Dinich, thank you for that. To the NBA, where the Heat posted a link on YouTube for LeBron James' introduction on July 27th. They took it down and then said it was a mistake. Or is it a clue, like Steve Kerr telling fans the Warriors got the king, or LeBron himself hinting at the Sixers with his trust the process comments? Lots of reaction to Miami's mess up.
This wasn't leaked by accident, okay? Those things don't just happen under Pat Riley's watch.
When you hear the Miami Heat, Lewis, say that this was accidental, what is your reaction?
Oh, sure. Sure. Somebody in the Heat's organization knew something. So much so that they had the link prepared, even if they didn't mean to post it.
This something because this means that Miami is really in the hunt.
This is what happens in media. When I worked at the Detroit News, we had this file. It's called the obituary file, and it had a bunch of people who were still alive, but it had us killing them.
Where he goes might not be as much of a mystery to people, in his camp, but it's just about the timeline in which he announces it.
I believe that Miami is leading the charge right now for us being the front runner to land LeBron James.
Coming up soon, the NFL. That's right, Panthers and Cardinals vets reported to training camp today, and we are checking in on both teams. Also, we got the Phillies-Dodgers rubber match. Going to talk back with Tim Kirchin and David Ross about that one.
At Ace, however you grill, we've got the perfect one for you. Because only your local Ace has all the best brands in one place, like Weber, Big Green Egg, Traeger, and Blackstone. That sounds pretty perfect.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
250 reasons to choose T-Mobile. Here's a good one. America's fastest 5G network. To demonstrate speed, here's someone on a bike. And the fastest 5G home internet. Just look at this woman streaming instead of sleeping. There's lots more reasons to go. Find yours at T-Mobile.
America, put down the burgers and pick up Arby's cheesesteak with 100% Angus steak and melty Cooper cheese. It's the best cheese. It's the best meat. It's only available at
Arby's. We have the meat.
My moderate to severe plaque psoriasis held me back, but now I'm all in with clearer skin, thanks to Skyrizi.
Most people achieved clearer skin from head to toe. Many were 100% plaque-free. And many were completely clear, even at 5 years.
People also saw significant improvement in pain, redness, itching, and burning.
Don't use if allergic. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and TB. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Nothing and me go hand in hand. Nothing on my skin fits my new plan. Nothing is everything.
Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist prescribed biologic in psoriasis. Learn how AbbVie could help you save.
Old Spice Gentleman's. Guess I've always been a gentleman.
DJ?
Son, what's going on in there?
I'll be out in a few
Hours.
This is what you get with cubic zirconia status. This is Hill Nana's diamond status.
They upgraded us last week.
When you want an upgrade that actually feels like an upgrade, it matters where you stay. Hilton for the stay.
At Popeyes, we gave shrimp a bold Louisiana twist. Try 8 crunchy butterfly shrimp served classic or dusted in bold Popeyes seasonings. Now available on faves for only $5.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
Michelin innovates on the road and far beyond by manufacturing prosthetic leg belts that allow for greater flexibility of movement. Michelin, motion for life.
Hey, you just earned 5% cash back on that. He's a real heartbreaker. You just earned 5% cash back on that.
And this is from the woman over there.
You just earned 5% cash back on that. Also, if I start a conga line, will you join?
Earn 5% cash back at different categories each quarter on up to $1,500 in purchases when you activate.
Making every dollar count is important to you, so it's important to Allstate. That's why we help you find more ways to save on car insurance. Good students in your house? Savings. Drive safe? Congrats, you save. Drive less? More savings. Multiple vehicles? Savings. Bundle home and auto? You guessed it, savings. You can live a lot of life with all those savings. If it's important to you, it's important to us. You're in good hands with Allstate.
The NFL Flag Championships are back, and it's game on.
Win or go home.
The next generation is laying it all on the line. And the premier youth flag football event of the summer. The NFL Flag Championships begin Friday on ESPN and Disney Networks.
They all want to know what it feels like to be at the top.
Young.
Fires, scores, touchdown. But we still won't stop. We're trying to knock it out. Give me the jam. We get it done. We get it.
Young. It's caught. Brilliant throw from Bryce Young.
Knock it out. You know the truth. We number one. We number knock it out.
Welcome back to SportsCenter and welcome back to Bryce Young and Panthers vets reporting to training camp today in Charlotte. Carolina won the NFC South for the first time in a decade last season, even with an 8-9 record. The Panthers then put a scare into the Rams in the wild card before losing 34-31. Expectations are high this year for the quarterback and co to take another step forward. NFL analyst Booger McFarland joins us now. Okay, Booger, so some positive signs out of Bryce Young last season. What do you think is next for his progression in year 4?
Well, he's got to continue to improve, and the Panthers are telling you that by the fact that they didn't give him a contract extension. You got weapons on the outside, Coker, Teteroy, McMillan. Can he take the next step, continue to be more consistent? We've seen the ups and downs of Bryce Young. He's been benched. He's been a hero in some games. Now we just need you to be more consistent week in and week out. Complete 70% of your passes. Push the football down the field when those opportunities are there. More importantly, manage the football games and give your team an opportunity to win each and every week. The defense is legit. I think the head coach is legit. I love Dave Canales. Now the quarterback has just got to be a little bit more consistent. You can't have roller coasters at the most important position on the team.
Yeah, let's see if he could bring some of that Alabama magic to Carolina. Let's go out west now. The Cardinals are the other team with vets reporting today. Quarterback Jacoby Brissett is expected to show up despite wanting a raise. He could be a hold-in. The 33-year-old had a career year last season, but Arizona did go 1-11 in his start. So another new face in Arizona is rookie Jeremiah Love. What do you expect to see from him in his rookie season?
There's a song that says, if loving you is wrong, I don't want to be right. Like, they need to live by that. They need to give the football to Jeremiah Love, not just in carries, but in touches. He needs to be a weapon. Think Alvin Kamara. Think Christian McCaffrey. It's not about the number of carries those running backs get. It's about how many times they touch the football in a game. He needs to touch the football 20 times a game. Doesn't necessarily need to run the football, but he's got to touch it 20 times a game and touch it in the right areas. If you give this young man space, the one thing he proved at Notre Dame, Christine, is he can go 99 yards. Very few people in our league can you give them the ball with 11 defenders in front of them and they can go 99 yards. He's one of them. That's a rare commodity. They need to take advantage of that and get some explosive plays in Arizona.
I wouldn't be surprised if some fans get if loving you is wrong, I don't want to be right just for the season. The Cards open up the season in LA against the Chargers. Boog, thank you. More baseball. Brewers and Mets rubber game with their 3-game series. Bottom of the 6th. Brewers up 3-2 with a runner on second. And Christian Yelich sends one to deep center field. It's off the wall and it bounces away from A.J. Ewing in center. This allows Yelich to get the third for a triple as he helps extend the Brewers' lead. Brewers now up 4-2. All right, we go top of the 9th. Mets still down 4-2. Down to their last out. Francisco Alvarez with a base hit to left. Tyron Taylor comes around to third to score. The Mets creep even closer. Brewers lead down to 1 run. Next batter is Ewing, already with 2 hits on the day. He grounds out to third. Joey Ortiz with a great diving play makes the throw to first to end the game. Brewers win 4-3, and the victory moves them to 64-38, tied with the Dodgers for the best record in baseball. Tim Kirchin and David Ross are back with us. So, Tim, what stands out to you about this Brewers squad?
Yeah, the Brewers are good enough to get to and win the World Series, which they've never done before. And the key is Jacob Mizorowski and Kyle Harrison. If those two guys are okay physically, then Mizorowski is absolutely the most unhittable pitcher in the game. He's made 19 starts this year, and in every start he has had at least as many strikeouts as he's had hits allowed. That is unheard of. Kyle Harrison is hurt right now, but he's going to pitch a sim game on the 25th, maybe go on a rehab on the 31st. He's got an ERA of 3.01. When those two guys are right, the Brewers are as good as any team in baseball.
And this is one of the most complete baseball teams. They can beat you in so many ways. They've got power, they've got speed, they play great defense, the back in the bullpen, and they can do all phases of the game and put that pressure on you. But I really want them to go get Tarek Skubal at the deadline. Like, let's go, Brewers. Like, it's time to make that jump. It's time to go all in. It reminds me of CC Sabathia. Go out there, rent the player, give up the big-time prospects, and go for it. You've been in the postseason year after year and not being able to get out of that first round. Can you imagine going Jacob Mizorowski and Tarek Skubal back-to-back in a playoff series? You can get on a pretty good run that way. It would be fun.
All right, we'll wait to see what happens on August 3rd. The Brewers look to be the Dodgers' biggest competition, but the Phillies with a tough loss last night against the reigning champs. What is your outlook for that Phillies team, Tim?
I really like the Phillies still. They got to go add a right-handed hitter at the deadline, but last night was terrible. It's one of the worst endings to a game I've ever seen. Second and third here, 1 out, and this is a double play in a 1-run game with no force in play here. This is the first time in 9 years that a 1-run game ended on a double play when 3 different players got an assist on the play. That cannot happen in a major league game. So let's see how the Phillies bounce back from that tonight after a terrible finish last night.
Well, we did that game Monday night, and it is a star-studded lineup, both sides. They've got stars on both sides of the ball. It's very evident how deep the Dodgers lineup is when you're talking about 1 through 9. The Phillies, as you said, it gets a little weak at the bottom. They need to go get that right-handed bat. They need to platoon maybe one of those right-handed outfield spots. But I'm looking at Aaron Nola to kind of bounce back. He's pitching a little bit better as of late. He needs to kind of get on a roll. They haven't been getting a lot of good production out of that 5th starter spot, and that is what I think will push them over the edge and kind of be there for a real postseason run that they're used to.
Yeah, Nola has allowed 23 home runs this season, 3rd most in MLB. You can catch Tim and David at the top of the hour on Baseball Tonight over on ESPN. Thanks, guys. Ahead on SportsCenter, Alabama snuck into the playoff last year, but they're going to have to answer some questions to get back. Greg McElroy tells us what's first. Plus, the AFC South race should be exciting. Erin Dolan shares her best bets when SportsCenter continues.
I've had WNBA All-Star circled on my calendar for a long time.
It's unbelievable.
It's time to lock in.
This is what the fans want to see.
WNBA All-Star, Saturday on ABC, Disney Plus, and the ESPN app.
You know what I respect most about you, Caitlin?
That I talk to a red foam pad even though it makes people uncomfortable?
No, it's that you put in the work night and day.
Just part of the job.
You know, State Farm's the same way. They work to help you get coverage that fits your life and budget.
I respect that.
You know what else I respect? Gary at trivia last night.
It was nothing.
Hey, Gar, tell Caitlin that game winner.
Aaron Burr!
Man's a wizard.
Coverage that fits your life and budget. State Farm.
Score big with the DQ $7 meal deal. And for $2, you can upgrade to a small Blizzard from the Blizzard Cup lineup, starring the Biscoff Cookie Blizzard. The $7 meal deal with $2 Blizzard upgrade. Get it delivered in the DQ app.
I'm in the garden where we planted the seeds. There is a tree as old.
The dog you loved growing up probably ate pedigree. It was good then, and it's better now. 6 health essentials, plus new nutrient-boosting Vitamin Good Bites in every bowl.
Great news. I'm prescribing you Icotide, a new kind of treatment for moderate to severe plaque psoriasis. Just one pill, once a day.
You're unbelievable.
That's unbelievable.
Unbelievable, right?
I meant...
The results? Icotide provides powerful skin clearance, and I've seen my patients achieve completely clear skin. It also has a proven safety profile, with Icotide patients reporting side effects at rates similar to placebo.
Do you see the...
Oh, patient brochures. Do you want one?
Increased risk of infections or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor may check you for infections, TB, if you need a vaccine, or have kidney problems. Icotide. Ask your doctor if it's right for you.
You're unbelievable.
We're doing our best to make sure every Whopper is your best Whopper. But we know mistakes happen, and we're here to make it right. If your Whopper isn't made your way, we'll remake your Whopper on the spot. And your next one's free. That's the Whopper Guarantee. Because there's a new king, and it's you.
With Fairlife Ultra Filtered Milk, you'll savor life's simple moments. With 50% more protein, 50% less sugar. And of course, it's delicious. Fairlife.
Kiddo, get yourself some more of that protein. Make you big and strong.
Dad! Protein works! Protein!
I'm gonna need more tenders.
He has no idea what he's doing.
Dad, can you come here? Don't help him, Hank. He has to be his own man. Connie and I are dating. That was disturbing.
Bobby, what are you doing? Boom!
Just remember, use less of this and a whole lot of this.
The boy ain't right.
It's a waterfall. How Goonies is this? Join me on an adventure as we search for the vanished civilization known as the Zoke. Wow. Oh my! Oh, those are handprints. We may be able to solve a mystery behind Mexico's mysterious Zoke.
I never seen anything like this.
What on earth?
Expedition Unknown. A new adventure starts tonight at 9 on Discovery with YouTube TV.
The place you call home is important to you, so it's important to Allstate. Home is where you make all your best memories. Nice work, you two. If it's important to you, it's important to us. You're in good hands with Allstate.
If you have multiple apps for multiple entities, you need the Intuit ERP, the AI-native ERP that upgrades right from QuickBooks. Intuit Enterprise.
Welcome back to SportsCenter. Alabama enters year 3 under Kalen DeBoer, looking to take a step forward from an 11-4 season last year. Alabama's Achilles heel was its running game. They ranked in the bottom 12 nationally in rushing yards per game and yards per carry. They finished with -3 rush yards against Georgia in the SEC title game. Star wide receiver Ryan Coleman-Williams looks to bounce back in his junior season. 2 years ago, as a 17-year-old freshman, he was a first-team All-SEC. However, he was shut out of All-SEC honors last season after a down year. And with Ty Simpson's departure, Keelan Russell and Austin Mack will compete to start at quarterback. Russell was the #2 overall recruit in the class of 2025, while Mack enters his 4th season in DeBoer's system. Speaking of the Tide, Greg McElroy is here. Okay, so a few issues, right, for Alabama and Kalen DeBoer to work through. What do you think is the most pressing right now?
Well, everyone wants to talk about the quarterback spot. And frankly, I understand that's the position that gets all the credit and all the blame. But in reality, whoever they go with quarterback, whether it's Austin Mack or Keelan Russell, they're going to be just fine. Those two guys are both super talented, and the passing attack was not at all a problem last year. So my focus when evaluating Alabama has been on how do you get the run game going? Because when you run the football effectively, they averaged less than 3.5 yards a carry last year. They were 125th in the country when it comes to rushing the football. That's a problem. That's a reflection not just on the running backs, but also on the offensive line. They have got to be able to better establish the run. They got to be more consistent along the line of scrimmage, because whoever the quarterback is, you cannot expect him to shoulder the load the way Ty Simpson shouldered the load last year. You have to create balance offensively, and by running the ball, you can also limit the time of possession from the opponent, which would put less pressure on the defense as well. So running the football, definitely the number one priority for the Tide.
All right, Alabama plus 154 to make the CFP this season. Another team with high hopes this year is Texas A&M. The Aggies started 11-0 last season and reached number 3, but then lost to Texas in the final regular season game, and then to Miami Go Canes in the first round of the playoff. But quarterback Marcel Reed is back in the Heisman combo. His coach talked about his growth today.
Really excited for his growth. I think what you saw last year was him really start to scratch the surface of what he's capable of as a starting quarterback. Been really proud of how he's handled this offseason. I think he's remained extremely humble. I think his work ethic has been phenomenal. I think he has put a lot of time in to become the quarterback that he's capable of becoming, and I'm really excited for what he's going to do this fall on the field.
All right, Greg, we just heard from his head coach, Mike Elko. What do you think the key is for Reed and the Aggies to repeat their success from last season?
I think when you watch Marcel Reed, I mean, he's a very gifted player. I mean, tremendous athleticism, great burst, very dynamic. He's one of the fastest quarterbacks in college football. I mean, anytime you see a quarterback split the safeties at LSU by running right up the middle, you know you got speed. All right, you know you got juice. The next step of Marcel Reed's development is to avoid missing the layups. Times last year, his fundamentals would get a little bit out of whack. He'd miss a short throw in the flat. He'd miss a short in-breaking route, or he'd throw it, it'd be caught, but it's maybe off target, and it limited the yards after catch potential. I think he's got to be more accurate on the underneath and on the intermediate throws, and he's also got to make better decisions in the red zone. If he could do that with how the Aggies will likely hold up along both lines of scrimmage, he should be in a really good spot to have the Aggies back in the playoff mix this year.
Okay, same odds for A&M, by the way, to make the CFP at plus 154. And then there's Florida. The once proud school went 4-8 last season and has one winning season in the last 5 seasons. The Gators are banking on a coaching change with John Summerall coming in after taking Tulane to the college football playoff. He spoke today.
Watching those other teams truthfully helped gravitate me towards Florida and has helped motivate me. I think when you're a growth mindset person, being around other high achievers inspires you and motivates you. When you're a fixed mindset person, those people's success may intimidate you. I love watching our other sports teams have success like they have at the University of Florida. We've got to replicate that in football.
A lot of growth in this segment today. I love it. It's a tough road, as we know, for every school in the SEC. So how can Florida make things right this season?
Well, they just have to live up to their potential. If you look at their roster last year, when the stars aligned and they actually played to what they were capable of, they go and knock off Texas in relatively convincing fashion. That was something we just didn't see very often throughout Billy Napier's tenure. Yes, there were glimpses. Yes, there were moments. There might have been 2 or 3 week spans, but you didn't get predictable production on a week-to-week basis. That's what John Summerall's provided his whole career. If you look at his 4 years as an FBS head coach, he's been to 4 conference championships. He's taken Tulane to the college football playoff, had tremendous success at Troy before that. There is a level of accountability that he expects within the program, not just from the players, but from the coaches as well. So I think this team, by the way, I think they're a lot more talented than people realize. I think they're going to be great, potentially elite at wide receiver. I think they're going to be really good at running back, and they have depth at that position as well. If they get quarterback right and the offensive line comes together, they're going to be good at all 3 levels defensively. They could really surprise some people in the SEC this year.
Yeah, the last few seasons going into the season, we did have high hopes for them, and then they did what they did. By the way, Florida's win total set at 6.5 this season. Greg, thank you. Back to the NFL, where A.J. Brown and the rest of the Pats vets report to training camp on Friday. Brown is set to reunite with head coach Mike Vrabel after the pair spent 3 seasons together in Nashville before Brown was traded to the Eagles. This latest trade for Brown could truly upgrade that Patriots receiver room, which was already pretty efficient. Last season, the receivers ranked in the top 5 in both receiving yards and touchdowns last season. Not only that, they caught 73% of their passes, which was the best in the league. They also averaged 10.1 yards per target. Here's Adam Schefter with more on how Brown got there.
There was once a time when Mike Vrabel's Titans traded away All-Pro wide receiver A.J. Brown, and we all saw how that worked out.
Breaking news, Mike Vrabel has been fired by the Tennessee Titans.
The moment that they decided organizationally to trade A.J. Brown was the beginning of the end.
Brown posted the 2 highest single receiving yard totals in Eagles history, almost 1,500 yards in both 2022 and 2023, while helping the Eagles win a Super Bowl.
They said I was a diva. They said all I care about was stats. If you're going to get all those things wrong about me, but one thing you can get right, I'm a champion.
Now Vrabel is hoping that Brown continues shedding defensive backs and posting the types of numbers that he has in recent years.
Oh my God! A.J. Brown is loose! Look out! Unstoppable! Touchdown! He's just uncoverable.
Over the past 4 seasons, Brown is one of only 2 NFL players to have at least 1,000 receiving yards and 7+ touchdowns in each season. The other is Bengals wide receiver Jamar Chase.
Obviously, I know this ain't heaven, but, it's close to it.
The Patriots now have a replacement for Stephon Diggs and a receiver that can take the pressure off a receiving core that now includes Romeo Doubs, Matt Collins, Demario Douglas, and Kyle Williams.
The things that we did, the things we accomplished on the field, off the field, you always cherish those moments.
I think, yes, we can move on now. It sounds terrible, but thank God it's over.
The Eagles have been preparing for a brownout for weeks. They used their first-round pick on Mekhi Lemon.
They getting a dog. It's ready to work. I ain't doing no plan.
Traded for Dontavian Wicks and signed Hollywood Brown and Elijah Moore. And with new offensive coordinator Sean Mannion, they too are now ready to turn the page on the receiver known to turn pages and heads during games.
Booger McFarland is back with us now. Okay, so A.J. Brown, he heads to a Patriots offense that before the Super Bowl was thriving. How can Brown and Romeo Doubs help open things up for their quarterback?
Well, I think they're going to give Drake May more answers, and they're going to be able to push the football down the field. I think if we remember watching the New England Patriots at the end of last season, not only was the offensive line a question mark, but the playmakers were question marks on the outside. Now, I think you have a quarterback who's ascending. He was in the MVP conversation, and you're just giving him more answers. That way, when he takes the test of all these defenses he's going to face, you got A.J. Brown who can catch any ball that you throw to him. You got Romeo Doubs who can work the middle of the field also, and you can get him the ball behind the line of scrimmage, and he can make some plays. So I think if you're New England, you have a young football team that's ascending, and you just added 2 more weapons for your young quarterback. If you're a Patriots fan, you got to feel pretty good about where they are right now.
Yeah, especially after the season they had last year. Let's talk about A.J. Brown's former team, the Eagles, with a new OC in Philly. What improvements do you hope to see out of Jalen Hurts in that offense?
Well, you got to remember the offensive coordinator now is Sean Mannion. This is like the 21,000th offensive coordinator they've had there. And he's got to get the quarterback to play better. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about Jalen Hurts didn't play well, that he's going to be under a center a lot more this season. So he's got to get used to play action pass, turning his back to the defense, getting his head back around, and finding receivers down the field. When this Philly offense is at their best, they're running the football, whether that's with Saquon Barkley, whether that's quarterback run, but they're controlling the line of scrimmage. They got to get back to playing Eagle football. The defense should be better, but everything starts with the quarterback and the new OC. How well do they gel? How can Sean Mannion, the new offensive coordinator, get the best out of the quarterback, who by all accounts, and if you even ask him, didn't have a very good season last year?
Yeah, we'll see what Jalen Hurts is able to do for his sake. Booger, thanks for hanging out with us on a Wednesday. Let's take a look at the AFC South, where the Jaguars unseated the Texans as division champs after Houston took it the previous 2 years. After the Texans went to the divisional round last year, they are favored to be back on top this season. The Texans are plus 110, followed by last year's champions, the Jags, at plus 245. The Colts are the third favorites. Last year, the Colts started 8-2 and were favored to win the AFC at one point before ending the year on a 7-game losing streak. Sports betting analyst Aaron Dolan is here for more division previews. So the Texans favored to win the division. Are you playing that angle or something different?
I'm actually going to look at their win total of 9.5 and take the over. So in the last 3 seasons under D'Amico Ryans, this team has cashed the over for their season win total. Now the Texans, they've really rebuilt their offensive front, not to mention they traded for running back David Montgomery, and then you got a really good defense. And overall, when you take a look at this schedule, it is the 7th easiest projected schedule. And last year, despite the slow start, they really turned it on towards the end of the season and were able to hit over this mark. And I think once again, knowing the division that they're in, which is technically a little bit soft, I'm going to take them to go over 9.5 for their win total.
I like that you said technically there. Let's turn to player props. Year 2 for Cam Ward in Tennessee. How are you betting his numbers?
I'm looking at Cam Ward to go over 18.5 passing touchdowns. This is one of my favorite futures on the board for this upcoming season. Now, in his rookie campaign, he only had 15 touchdowns, but in a more surprising fashion, only 7 interceptions. But I just think overall, he's going to have a sophomore leap, mainly due to the fact that we're going to see Brian Daboll as his offensive coordinator. On top of that, they spent a ton of money in free agency and has some receivers such as Wan'Dale Robinson that he's going to be able to throw to. So I just think overall, if he's able to stay healthy, I do think he can have over 18.5 passing touchdowns for this upcoming season.
Okay, one more guy to talk about, Trevor Lawrence, coming off his strongest year last season. What's a prop that you're targeting for the Jags quarterback?
I'd like him to go over his passing yards prop for this upcoming season. It is a big number, but I also think ultimately he will be able to hit over this like he's done in 3 of the last 4 seasons. Now, like you mentioned, Christine, he is coming off one of the best seasons he's ever had in his career, but there's no reason to think that he's going to slow down, knowing he has Jacoby Myers. I think Brian Thomas Jr. can be better. Parker Washington can also step up. And then, of course, Travis Hunter, who only played 7 games last year. Maybe he's able to be available for more this year. Of course, health dependent. But I just think Trevor Lawrence has been such a good quarterback, and I don't see that stopping, especially against the competition that he's playing in the AFC South. Again, not to call them out. I'm using words technically.
I like that. I like that. The Jags are 7.5-point favorites hosting Cleveland in Week 1. Aaron, thank you. Coming up, Tigers playing the Cubs tonight on ESPN, and every game for Detroit could decide whether Tarek Skubal stays or goes. Plus, the Lynx are already the class of the WNBA, and that was without Nafisa Collier. Their all-star return today, and we'll see how she did on SportsCenter.
It's more than love at first sight. I want a Sunday kind of love.
Angel City versus Louisville, Sunday at 9 on ESPN, Disney Plus, and the ESPN app.
So, how do you want to do this?
Wanna buy your way? Uh-huh. Wanna put on real pants? Nuh-uh. Wanna take her for a spin? Okay. Wanna pre-qualify at the park?
Getting a little dizzy.
Wanna get that car ASAP? Yeah, you wanna do it your way.
Wanna drive? CarMax.
Multitasking sure is tough, isn't it? It's a bit like juggling multiple insurance policies. Things can go sideways in a hurry.
Go back to your
Luckily, Geico makes it easy to manage all your policies in one place. Because we could all stand to do a bit less. Oh, careful.
Oh, that was a close one. Thanks.
It feels good to juggle less. It feels good to Geico.
For the big, small, short, tall. For the thinkers and the doers. For old friends. Coca-Cola. For everyone.
Look, Mom.
Wow! Ugh, wish I bought Dixie. These weak store brand plates turn hard work into heartbreak.
Next time, get Dixie Ultra Plates. 3 times stronger than the leading store brand. Dixie, make it right.
At Popeyes, we gave shrimp a bold Louisiana twist. Try 8 crunchy butterfly shrimp served classic or dusted in bold Popeyes seasonings. Now available on faves for only $5.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
I can. You can't spell American without it. At the Ram Make This the Summer sales event, say I can in a Ram truck. I can tow what others won't, power through anything, depend on it for everything, and I can back it all up better than anybody. You can do anything this summer with a great deal at the Ram Make This the Summer sales event, because nothing stops Ram.
Get 15% below MSRP for an average $13,300 below MSRP. Plus, no monthly payments for 90 days on the 2026 Ram 1500 Limited.
Modelo tastes good, but that got the electrical working Modelo. That landed the trick Modelo. Or that can finally sit down Modelo. The one you earned is just better. That Modelo is the mark of a fighter.
Any pizza for $9.99 should mean stuffed crust too. It's crazy.
It's a bold move.
The deal is too good.
Get any toppings on any pizza, now including stuffed crust for just $9.99. It's the new best deal ever. Only at
Domino's.
The itch and rash of moderate to severe eczema disrupts my skin. Despite treatment, it's still not under control. Now I have Rinvoq, a once-daily pill that reduces the itch and helps clear the rash of eczema fast. Some felt significant itch relief as early as 2 days, and some achieved dramatic skin clearance as early as 2 weeks. Many saw clear or almost clear skin.
Rinvoq can lower ability to fight infections. Before treatment, test for TB and do blood work. Serious infections, blood clots, some fatal. Cancers including lymphoma and skin, serious allergic reactions, GI tears, death, heart attack, and stroke occurred. CV event risk increases in age 50 plus with a heart disease risk factor. Tell your doctor if you've had these events, infection, Hep B or C, smoked, are pregnant or planning. Don't take if allergic or have an infection.
Disrupt the itch and rash of eczema. See a head-to-head study of Rinvoq versus another treatment at Rinvoq.com/see the data. Talk to your dermatologist if you're not doing well on your current pill or injection to see if Rinvoq is right for you.
Are you ready? On August 1st and 2nd, the biggest event of the summer comes to the ESPN app with the ESPN Unlimited plan. Let's go! SummerSlam streaming live. This is unbelievable! And keep the party going by bundling ESPN with Disney Plus and Hulu.
We must fight!
Get all the action-packed entertainment you can handle. Watch SummerSlam live when you bundle Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN Unlimited.
SportsCenter continues with baseball heating up ahead of the trade deadline in less than 2 weeks. The Tigers need to make a move or start to sell. Last night didn't help. Framber Valdez only recorded 2 outs as the Cubs jumped on him for 6 runs in the first inning of an 11-2 rout. Detroit is now 5.5 games out of the final wildcard spot heading into tonight's game against the Cubs on ESPN. The Red Sox still hold the final AL wildcard spot, but after their 15th straight win earlier today, they are just a game behind the Guardians. The Yankees lead over the Sox now down to 3.5 games, while the White Sox and the Guardians are all currently tied on top of the Central. Entering tonight on the scene in Chicago is our senior MLB writer, Buster Olney. So he's not on the mound tonight, Buster, but he's all the talk ahead of the trade deadline. What is the latest that you can tell us about Tarik Skubal?
Yeah, Christine, A.J. Hinch, the Tigers manager, said earlier this week that it feels like right now like the Tigers are playing Game 7s every single day. They're in a race, A.J. said, against time and the standings. You laid out what the standings look like, and according to FanGraphs this morning, Tigers' chances for making the playoffs are just at 27.8%, but they've been playing great since June 1st. Folks with other teams are wondering, will they, in the end, trade Skubal? It's very possible that they'll try to push forward and contend and trade Skubal at the same time. Because, of course, the American League has been so mediocre this year. The Tigers could pursue that route if they don't gain ground and they want to recoup some of the value with Skubal before the trade deadline. Rays would be involved. Braves, Phillies.
All right, on the other side, Pete Crow Armstrong is building on an impressive season. He had 2 hits and 2 RBIs last night. What are you hearing about him?
That he now is in serious contention for the National League MVP award with Shohei Ohtani. Look, Ohtani has dominated that award since he joined the Dodgers because he's a great two-way player. Well, Pete Crow Armstrong is a great two-way player in his own right. Craig Counsell, the Cubs manager, mentioned to us today he thinks he's the best defensive player in baseball. A.J. Hinch, the Tigers manager, echoed that. And he's also having an excellent year offensively, improving dramatically. He already has more walks this year than his first 2 seasons combined, with 21 homers, 25 stolen bases. So by the end of the year, especially if Ohtani doesn't pitch, PCA could wind up winning the National League MVP.
You mentioned those 20 home runs and 20 stolen bases. He's the only player with that this season. Buster Olney, have fun at Wrigley Field tonight. Thank you.
Thanks, Christine.
Let's head to the WNBA. The league-leading Lynx taking on the Storm, and Nafisa Collier making her season debut for the Lynx after ankle surgery in the offseason. We start this in the first quarter. Lynx down 3. Collier into the 2, drains it, her first points of the season. She started slowly 1 for 6 from the field, but got hot later on. Second quarter, Lynx down 5. Olivia Miles drives to the basket, gets the layup to fall. Play continues. Maya Caldwell steals the inbound pass here.
Olivia Miles up to 7 points.
And she's there, and Collier's there to finish. A 4-point swing for the Lynx. They trail 34-33 in the third, down 1. Courtney Williams finds Collier wide open in the corner 3. She drains it. Lynx take a 2-point lead. Later in the quarter, Lynx up 4. Collier posts up, gets the basket to fall, and draws a foul. She would make the free throw to put the Lynx up 7. Now we go to the fourth quarter. Under a minute to play. Lynx up 4 now. Collier gets the ball in the paint. The dagger 2 drops. She drops a game-high 24 points in her first game back. The Lynx win 86-76. So we have 4 more games tonight in the W, including Asia Wilson and the Aces visiting the Mystics. Wilson currently leads the league in scoring and is, of course, the heavy favorite to win MVP for the 3rd straight year. Caitlin Clark and the Fever go for their 3rd straight win as they host the Sun. Clark has been held under 20 points in 5 of her last 6 games, but the one exception was her franchise record 45-point performance last Friday against Seattle. And finally, 10 Eastern, the Wings visit Portland. Paige Beckers is questionable, though she did participate in shoot-around. Dallas is 17-7 this season when Beckers plays, but 0-2 when she sits. Sports Center signs off. We're getting you psyched for baseball's trade deadline with the top targets. It is our 6 at 6.
This is Arby's cheesesteak with 100% Angus steak and melty Cooper cheese. Some say it's meat and cheese done right. And some people don't say anything because, frankly, it's rude to talk with your mouth full.
Arby's, we have the meat.
Put a lime on your to-do list. Corona, La Playa awaits.
I switched Moose to Blue Life Protection Formula Senior. I used to feed him Purina 1 until I found out it has chicken byproduct meal. Blue's got deboned chicken, brown rice, oatmeal, and barley, plus fish oil and glucosamine, which help protect his joint health and our walks. Love them like family, feed them like family.
250 reasons to choose T-Mobile. Here's a good one. America's fastest 5G network. To demonstrate speed, here's someone on a bike. And the fastest 5G home internet. Just look at this woman streaming instead of sleeping. There's lots more reasons to go. Find yours at T-Mobile.
At Popeyes, we gave shrimp a bold Louisiana twist. Try 8 crunchy butterfly shrimp served classic or dusted in bold Popeye seasonings. Now available on faves for only $5.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that opens up a world of possibilities. With Venture X, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. And turn all of your purchases into extraordinary trips. Plus, get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of possibilities with Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Great news. I'm prescribing you Icatide, a new kind of treatment for moderate to severe plaque psoriasis. Just one pill, once a day.
You're unbelievable.
That's unbelievable.
Unbelievable, right?
I meant...
The results? Icatide provides powerful skin clearance, and I've seen my patients achieve completely clear skin. It also has a proven safety profile, with Icatide patients reporting side effects at rates similar to placebo.
Do you see the...
Oh, patient brochures. Do you want one?
Increased risk of infections or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor may check you for infections, TB, if you need a vaccine, or have kidney problems. Icatide. Ask your doctor if it's right for you.
You're unbelievable.
Don't worry, Shaq. The General gives you a break, whether it's on your car insurance
or a break from your car acting up.
My leg! Go on without me.
The General's got you covered.
Oh, my hero.
For a great low rate, go with the General.
Season
Season 2 of Athletes Unlimited Softball League loaded, ignited by a record-setting inaugural season. A bold new era in softball is here. Now, 6 teams take the field in their home markets, each stacked with a lineup worthy of the spotlight. The AUSL Championship Play-In, Thursday at 9 on ESPN and the ESPN app.
It's a waterfall. How Goonies is this? Join me on an adventure as we search for the vanished civilization known as the Zoque. Wow. Oh my! Oh, those are handprints. We may be able to solve a mystery behind Mexico's mysterious Zoque.
I never seen anything like this.
What on earth?
Expedition Unknown. A new adventure starts tonight at 9 on Discovery with YouTube TV.
With the New York Life Golden Future Scholarship Program, high school juniors and seniors can earn up to $20,000 to help take their next big step. Applying is easy. First, register on our site to receive your access code. Have your student download the Zogo app and complete financial education modules. Then have them submit a short essay about their future goals. Apply today at goldenfutures.com.
If you love baseball with a twist, tune in Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern when the Party Animals battle the Clowns in Banana Ball, live on ESPN and Disney Plus, and streaming on the ESPN app. To the majors now, the Royals hosting the Giants. KC trailing 3-0 in the 7th. Salvador Perez. He launches one, 437 feet to right center field. Perez tying George Brett for number 1 on the Royals' all-time homer list with 317. The Royals would come back to win 5-4 and sweep the Giants. Out in the desert, Arizona hosting the A's. 4th inning, Diamondbacks down 1-0. Corbin Carroll. A solo shot to left center to tie the ball game. Later in the inning, Nolan Arenado with a dinger, his 14th of the year. D-backs go up 2-1 and would break it open and go on to win 15-5. And in Seattle, Reds visiting the Mariners, 7th inning. Cincy down 3-2. That's when Reds rookie Sal Stewart hit his 21st home run of the season, tied for 4th most by a rookie in Reds history. It was his 11th opposite field homer. Most in the majors, Cincinnati wins 5-3 and takes 2 of 3 in Seattle. Tonight, over on ESPN, we have a can't-miss interleague matchup with the Chicago Cubs hosting the Detroit Tigers. Both teams involved in the wild card races. It's all tonight at 8 Eastern on ESPN and, of course, the ESPN app. Tonight, 6 at 6, the top targets on MLB's trade deadline market. Number 6, our experts say there's a 30% chance that Angels shortstop Zach Neto will be moved. A solid righty bat with some surprising power is an attractive trade target, and the Angels, of course, seem to be sellers, even though they do have an interim GM taking the calls. Number 5, A's catcher Shane Langeliers has just a 10% chance of being moved, but he could have an immediate impact on a contender down the stretch. The A's are almost always sellers at the deadline, and a haul of young arms could entice them to move one of the best catchers in baseball. Number 4, the Padres acquired Mason Miller at the deadline last year, and there's a 40% chance he could be on the move again. Hard throwers are always a hot property, and if the contender wants to lock down the late innings, they'll have to pay a heavy price for the best reliever in baseball. At number 3, the Twins didn't move Joe Ryan at the deadline last year, but our experts say there is a 35% chance he's dealt by August 3rd. With one of the best strikeout to walk ratios in the game, Ryan could bring huge return for the Twins, and a contender would be getting a front line starter. At number 2, Ryan's teammate, Byron Buxton. He would be a huge get, even if there's only a 10% chance that he's heading out of Minnesota. His glove, speed, and power could put any contender over the top, and the Twins could come out of the deadline with multiple building blocks for the future. And then finally, at number 1, mid-season surgery raised questions about Tarek Skubal's trade prospects, but he proved his stuff is still there. But there's an added dimension to any trade talk. Skubal's contract is up after this season, so our experts say there's a 60% chance of a deal for one of the best pitchers on the planet. Alex Bregman is on pace for the worst OPS of his career, but He's starting to heat up with 5 hits in his last 3 games. Bregman and the Cubs look for their 4th win in their last 5 games as they host the Tigers. First pitch is just after 8 Eastern on ESPN. And Little League Softball is next here on ESPN2. Toms River, New Jersey against Massapequa, New York. Enjoy the game. We'll see you guys later.
Welcome to the Little League Softball Regionals on ESPN, presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. Semi-final number 2 in the Mid-Atlantic region. South Shore versus Jersey Shore. The New York champions, Massapequa International. The New Jersey champs, Toms River, set to go head-to-head.
A summer of softball continues.
You can smile, it's okay, we are too.
Playing for each other.
What a slide getting under the tag.
Playing for their hometown.
Catch made on the run. Defense on display. Wow.
Every game, a chance to advance.
Smoke softball up the middle. Ends it on a walk-off in the ninth.
An experience they'll never forget.
To left field, and it's gone. Swing and a miss to end this one.
Welcome to the Little League Softball Regionals.
There's nothing better. The summer forever.
Ready for this semifinal. The winner to take on Pennsylvania for the regional championship tomorrow, 3:30 Eastern time. Pennsylvania 3-0. Will it be New York? Will it be New Jersey? We're about to find out in this semifinal showdown. Great to have you with us here in Bristol, Connecticut. Eric Freed alongside Michelle Smith. Let's start with New Jersey. They gave Pennsylvania a run yesterday. It was a 2-1 lead for Jersey. Pennsylvania pulled it out 3-2.
Yeah, this is a Toms River, New Jersey program that is very strong, typically in baseball and softball, and they showed it last night. Tough game, but they're going to have to win tonight to be able to punch that ticket into the championship.
Really deep team, great lineup, a lot of players producing, including Carly Leonard at the dish.
Yeah, Carly Leonard has just been stellar here at this regional. How about 3 triples for the batter? And she hits one yesterday, Oppo Gappo, and that got some runs up on the board. Leonard is 3 for 6, 5 RBIs. And she has been outstanding offensively. And Jalen Brown in the circle, she has been stellar. It's the changeup, that pitch right there. She fools a lot of hitters, 22 strikeouts. Look for her to use that pitch a lot this evening against a very strong New York team.
Taking on a New York team that plays well with their backs against the wall. That was the case last night against Maryland. They were down 4-0, and what did Massapequa do? They scored 7 unanswered runs to win it. 7-4 was the final.
Yeah, and they were down those 4 runs late into the game, so they did a really good job of coming back when they needed to the most. This is a team that got started when Gabby Meyer went opposite field, and in the park home run, and that 2-run shot really is what got the floodgates open for this New York team. And then once they were rolling, it was Gabby Creddy that got a little bit of damage done, hitting in her teammate Sophia Nislo. And once those floodgates were open, Eric, they just did a great job of putting a 6th spot up and then 1 more insurance run later in the game.
These are 2 good programs, New York and New Jersey. Massapequa and Toms River that are going to fight here today. We are looking forward to it. Spot in the championship on the line. Ladies, please introduce yourselves.
Toms River Little League from Toms River, New Jersey. Massapequa International Little League, and we're from Massapequa, New York. Yeah!
School is back, and Dick's has the hottest trend.